Okay, so we're now back. We are now back with more of I Wani Hug That Gator. And I gotta say, it's honestly been a month since I've recorded, really, for Wani. Um, but I do at least remember, really, so is that unfortunately, the last episodes have been extremely emotional, really. So there was a lot that had happened. Iadakin has passed, unfortunately. Yeah, but is that it does seem that is that, but I do remember uh, is that feelings have been shared and admitted, and so I think we're picking right up really from where is that we had the scene really with the fountain, and then the admittance of feelings. So yeah, I'm gonna do my best really for this. You know, as far as like remembering what voices I gave to people. So if there's any inconsistencies, please do forgive me. Plus, hopefully, I'm still able to be heard because I've also had to readjust some settings and things with my mic so that things are gonna sound at least better for everyone, really. So, all right. Any case, let's continue. Today seemed to drag on endlessly. Liz's arrival had ended our embrace, and she had quite the dour look on her face. She said she'd been in a meeting with the principal, and I can only imagine how the faculty and student council were reacting to Dawkins' passing. Her mood seemed to lift a little, at least, when she saw Olivia and I both huddled together beneath a tree. Olivia's mood, on the other hand, plummeted, probably from the way Liz and I had to carry her to the car. The ride to the Payne household had been silent, save for Olivia's grumbling and embarrassment. I think I'd be in a similar mood if I was treated like a sack of potatoes. But then again, how else were we supposed to carry her? I should suggest more leg workouts to Coach Solly. Just in case. Oh, and the yard is actually now looking in winter. Okay, that's good. Damien and Randy were waiting for us at the curb, the older man looking over Olivia with worry. When your friend told us, Soph and I were beside ourselves. I'm fine, Randy, just. Randy didn't really hear her. As the instant her car door was open, her legal guardian pulled her up into one hell of a bear hug. Come on, I'll get you kids some hot cocoa. Damien watched on with a smile of relief as his father hauled her over his shoulder and marched into his home. You guys want to stick around? Vinny's still at school, so we'll have the consoles to ourselves. It's still pretty early, all things considered. Sure, I'd love some hot chocolate right now. Liz? I'd like to, really, but the council still needs to prepare the arrangement for you, Dawkins. Well, you know. Maybe I'll come by after if I can. Alright, well, if you do, I'll make sure there's some cocoa left. Appreciate it. With that, Liz, oh my goodness, wow. This is turning out great, really. So I'm already stumbling all over my tongue, really. So maybe I should take a look at, okay. Yeah, I've loosened the knot on it, so hopefully will actually sound sensible now. Anyway, with that, Liz drives off down the street. Come on, let's head inside before we turn into popsicles. Settling into the well-worn couch, I notice a distinct lack of a baronix. Where is Olivia? Randy chimes in from the kitchen, busying himself with an old-fashioned kettle. She wanted to rest on her bed for now, boys. Give her some time. No one can resist hot cocoa during weather like this, especially how I make it. Never had homebrewed hot chocolate, but if it's anything like his cooking, then it must be some good stuff. After a few minutes, Randy comes out with a tray. Here you guys go. He passes around a few Christmas-themed mugs, labeled with the family's names, and leaves the last one on top a nearby drawer. You're gonna have to be Vinny for a bit. You cool with that? Huh, yeah. Thanks, Randy. Man, you look cold. Were you out there long? It's true. By now the snow on my jacket's melted and my clothes are chilly and soaked. Feel free to take a load off until you warm up. I'll be in my bedroom resting. Holler if you need anything else. He gives Damien a pat on the back and leaves. The mug is hot to the touch, but it's a welcoming feeling to warm up my icy fingers. I take a moment to gently blow on the beverage to cool it down before moving it to my lips. Yeah, it's pretty good. Damien is chugging his. He finishes the swig and sets the glass down. That must have been half of it in one go. Well, there are multiple ways to enjoy anything. After today's events and weather, I really needed this. Another sip. It really is helping warm me up. I didn't even notice how cold I was. Hey, Vinny! Yeah? You good? I'm holding it together, yeah. Still a bit scattered. I don't blame you. Hey, Pops doesn't want you venturing back into the tundra out there. You up for a game or something? He gestures to the entertainment setup. No, but go ahead. I'll watch. Damien thinks for a second, the few gears in his head turning in conflict. Oh, wow, that's... Okay, yeah, sure. I mean, we already know that Damien is, in fact, not the best in the brains department, really, so, but come on, man, give him a little bit more credit than just saying a few gears, really, so... Really, I don't mind. Alright, I'll get set up. Damien sets his game up, searching several mismatched cases for the right CD and giving the screen a good thump to get it to work properly. Grabbing a controller, he turns on the Xrox One. Okay, yeah. Select something called Rock Ring ODHG. Oh. I see what you're doing there. I see what you're doing, game. Yep, I get it. Yep. Halo reference. Okay, so. Select something called Rock Ring ODHG and settles deep into his groove on the couch. This one's my favorite in the series. After a minute or two of gathering a full lobby, the Dilfo Spino Dino picks his class and begins his virtual rampage. Only Mininity manages to get the first kill. I'm just a bit burnt out for the day. Getting pretty tired, actually. Hey, Inko. Yeah? Olivia didn't come back with her wheelchair. Did something happen? Yeah. She isn't taking Iadakin's passing well. Man. Well, I'm glad you were there for her. My eyes remain on the screen, lost in the vibrant violence as some in-game announcer proclaims Damien's digital massacre. On his part, Damien's frills wavered like crazy, and it looks as if his arms also wanted to wave in victory. You want to talk about it? I don't want to take up your time, Damien. Come on, man. We've known each other for a while. You can be honest with me. I'm not sure where to begin, really. Iadakin was really cool. I don't really have the right words for it. Somehow, I think I'm unqualified to speak on it compared to Olivia. She knew him better than I ever did. He was important to her, yeah. We talked about it for a bit before Liz picked us up, but I'm worried I'm not much help. Well, that's what we're here for, right? To help her out in any way we can. Best thing to do is to be ourselves for her, and she'll eventually go through the motions her own way. Yeah, that makes a surprising amount of sense. I slowly look up from my mug over to Damien. And you make it sound so easy, too. He briefly meets my gaze before returning his attention to the screen. I know I'm not the smartest guy around, but I do know Olivia. We don't share parents, but she's still my older sister. Older sister? Her birthday's first, duh. And knowing Olivia, she'll be able to manage. But how are you managing? Me? Trying to sort the maelstrom of emotions running rampant in my head is... overwhelmed, I guess. I wish I'd gotten to learn more from him. Olivia could probably recite some of his lessons by heart. She probably could. I remember the first time she got to work with some special paints in his class. She was just ecstatic. She came home a mess, covered all over with blues and greens and leaving tracks behind wherever she went. When Mom saw her carpet vandalized, she threw her right in the backyard and hosed her off. I ended up joining in because it looked fun. Eyeing the hallway leading to her room, a part of me wants to see if she's alright. That part simply wants to be closer to her again. Damien looks back again, the unspoken question clearly written across his arched brows. What about Olivia and you? Speaking of, I may have told Olivia that I liked her. About time? Huh? What? You two have stuck together like glue ever since the summer barbecue. I mean, come on now. Anyone with half a brain can see that you were becoming more than friends. All the signs were there. Although, it does worry me a little. Why's that? Well, think about it. Your teacher just passed away. You're both wrecks right now. Yep, exactly, Damien. Exactly, really. So this was something that I had thought about, really, so, like, over the time of the break that we've had, really, with this game, is that although it's great that they've admitted their emotions to each other, is that they've done it during a time in which emotional stress is at its peak. And so it does make it a lot easier to actually, like, admit sensitive feelings, really, though. But the thing is that okay, I'm trying to think of, like, the best way to kind of, like, express this concern, really. So, I mean, I'm not sure if saying trauma bonding is correct, because I don't think that's correct. I don't think that's correct, really, at all, really. So, it's just, the idea is that the admittance of feelings and possibly the start of the relationship being over something as heavy as this, as a death, doesn't necessarily bode to a good foundation, really. So if you start with trauma, really, so is that it thinking that it might be something that might continue through their life of their relationship, and that's definitely not healthy, really. So, not saying is that there's definite potential between Olivia and Inko to actually be a healthy relationship, really, or they can be good for each other, at least for the time that they're with each other, really. So, and I'm all for it. I honestly am, really. So, it's, it is that he does express, like, a valid concern, really. So, with the idea of, like, them finally admitting feelings for each other over Iadokin's death, really. So, and they may just elaborate a little bit further, really. So, what if it's just that suspension bridge thing? I don't know, man. It only just happened. You're right. Sorry. I do like Olivia. I know that. I guess I'm a little scared of the future. How so? There's just a bunch of things I still don't get about Olivia. Or maybe friendship in general. When I first arrived at St. Hammond, I never really had any friends like you guys. So to suddenly be involved in all of this, I don't know. I think I get it, yeah. Things can be a little dramatic around here. That's one way to put it. What's so different about your old friends? Never really had any. Oh, hold on a second. I think I might have accidentally clicked through a message, really. No. Okay. Load. History. Okay. Okay, no, I didn't. Okay, so. Never really had any. Well, that's not true. I had friends, but they were like day friends, you know? Classmate friends, yeah. I got a bunch. And your folks constantly moving means they only ever lasted like a year, tops. Yeah. Am I a day friend? No way! You come to our parties and everything. In fact, look. He points to the subtle discolored patch on my jeans where Vinny's acid punch had failed to completely wash off. We got you marked. Thanks. It means more than you know. To be honest, I always had a good feeling about you. Thought you'd be a decent addition to the group, but to see Olivia actually start opening up around you 2 months ago, that was unthinkable. All those years I was trying alone, you know? Made it all worthwhile. Not to take credit or anything, I'm just really glad to see her happy after so long. Moments of Olivia and I together flash into my head. Good, bad, and everything in between. It all culminates into a single image of her staring up at me with that smile of hers. Me too. Hard to believe that she's been dealing with so much inside when I first met her. Well, Inko, some people just have a lot of problems they hide from the world. For example... He puts the controller down and shifts to look me in the eye. His character is instantly sniped. That hot chocolate gave me a tummy ache. I'm being serious. That was serious. It can be little things like that. Little stresses that add up. Now, it doesn't bother me, but someone else? It might just about ruin them. If you're trying to get with Olivia, I'll give you a nickel's worth of advice my dad told me. If a girl you like asks to wear your shirt at 2 a.m. and to bake cookies, she's an absolute keeper. Huh. That's some pretty good advice. Just don't break her heart. Yeah? Wouldn't dare to think of it. Damon offers me a fist bump, to which I happily reciprocate. A door creaks open. Both our heads turn back at the sound. She kneels in the doorway to her room, leaning against the side railing. Oh, nice outfit change. Damien nods to me and continues his game. The ambient gunfire and controller clicking fills the silence. I take the hint and stand up, slowly approaching Olivia as she tries to shuffle down the hallway. She's completely upright in a display of pure confidence. Even her tail is upright as if to amplify her dignity. I'll have to tell her how cute that is when I'm not so drained. I wordlessly offer her a hand and she accepts. With her on my shoulder, I walk the both of us towards the living room couch and plop down on it with her. Oh, here. I lean forward to grab her cocoa from the coffee table. Most of the warmth has gone by now. Guess I can go warm it up in the microwave for her. She's tucking my arm. Come on, it's cold. She starts leaning harder against me to keep me from getting up all the way. Alright, jeez. That's so sweet. And her mug is floating. Okay, you know what? I guess that's one thing to look into, really, so, but, sprites are limited, so, but, maybe it's just a sign of, like, how cool, like, Olivia is that she's so cool, is that she doesn't even need her hands to actually hold things. Yeah, maybe that's it. I give her the mug and she goes to start sipping instantly. I was going to warm... My voice dies as I feel her settle against my legs with a relaxed hum. Her body relaxes more, and I'm allowed to sit up enough for her to settle in by my shoulder. She's warm. The two of us watch Damien's game continue. Olivia continues sipping down her drink, letting one hand free from the mug. Her hand finds its way to mine, and our fingers curl around each other's. Damien plays a few more games. I don't really keep track of how well he does. He finishes one last match and yawns, stretching back over the couch. Alright, that's probably enough for me. I'm gonna get going, give you two some space. Okay. Damien gets up from the couch and slides his controller near the cabinet where it lied before. On his way out, he stops to look right into my eyes. Hey, keep things chill, man. Don't do anything stupid, alright? Yeah. He nods and heads off to the depths of the house. Just like that, it's quiet once more. Is she asleep? Hey. I, don't think you've seen my room before, have you? Not at all. Would you want to see? I'd love to. Oh dear. Okay, so, I'm a little slightly concerned, really so, because, with Inko being as thick-headed as he is, really so, I don't think he entirely realized. Whoops. Okay. I don't think he entirely realizes what that means, really so. And I'm hoping, myself as well, that it does not mean much further than that, really so. Just, okay, just to preface really here, so is that I did make this safe for work. If for some reason it's not, is that there's likely going to be a jump cut, really, of some sort, so I'm just warning you all now, really, so. I watch her bless. Am I getting good at this? Okay, just walk me there. Similar to before, I help Olivia off the couch and we shuffle our way towards her room. Oops. Wow. I'm not sure what I was expecting Olivia's room to look like, but I'm surprised. Looks pretty decent, although possibly a little bare. Then again, most of her focus is on her artwork, and so... well... It's the air that hits me first. A strange mix of a heavy, fake floral candle trying its best to cover the almost nostalgic scent of art supplies. Band posters and paintings of dinosaurs cover a lot of her wall space, like the room is her own personal canvas. Ah, okay. I mean, I see that right there, but that kind of description doesn't necessarily fit with how much blank space we have here with other things, really, so... Alright. Slight discrepancy there, I think, really, on my part. I know, I'm sorry, I'm being nitpicky here, so... Her desk sat beneath the window. Again, what space that wasn't covered by the faded-looking paper was instead covered in dried-up paints. Right next to that, a dresser holding up a decades-old television and retro gaming consoles. All in all, it reminds me of the rooms they'd show in older high school movies. Yep, definitely. So, where do you want... Just on the floor is fine. I gently lower Olivia to the floor, letting myself sit cross-legged next to her in the process. So, what do you think? I think it suits you. Figured you wouldn't have any chairs. I got this really soft rug and a beanbag chair over there. She gestures to a beat-up lump in the corner near a large lamp. I can't... It's kind of hard to see through the graphic, because... Right. Olivia pulls something off her bed. It's a laptop, open to a music program. But I don't recognize any of the songs, or bands, or albums. That's a pretty big track list. What music do you listen to? I'm sort of a closeted metalhead. Whenever I'm alone, I put some on at full blast while I do chores or art. A Generator Head, Superdeath, Iron Tomb, you name it. What do you listen to? Please let us get in. Don't lock us away. Mumble rap. I listen to mumble rap. That's sad. That's a little sad. Okay. I mean, no offense to those that like it, really, so, it's just one thing that turns me off of it is, like, being able to understand what the hell's being said, really, so. If that scratches your brain, then. Anyway, my dad was super into heavy metal when I was a kid, and he got me into it. When Dave and I would be playing out in the yard and his mom would be making lunch, our dads would be in the garage blasting heavy metal while they worked on the car. Working on cars? Yep. My dad and Uncle Randy would fix up... Randy would fix up some cars. She clears her throat. Huh. I think that's the first time I've heard you call him Uncle Randy. Yeah, I call him that sometimes. Along with Auntie Sophia. You call him Auntie Sophia? Your right hand comes off? What do you... Olivia lunges over to chomp at my hand, and I have to take a moment to check my fingers just in case. Hey, I was joking! So was I. But yeah, I listen to a lot of this. You want to hear any? She offers me the trackpad. Anything I see, huh? Say, What kind of music is B flat?
Music is a bit lame, actually. Oh, wait here. There's actually something else.
Something else?
Something nobody else gets to see. I'm gonna show you my chest.
What? What? Wait, what? Wait, what? What?
What?
Okay, no, oh dear, yeah, I'm not expecting this, okay, I wasn't exactly expecting this, okay, so, again, I did mention about the jump cut, so just in case, if something doesn't make sense, it's likely a red herring, so.
Here it is. Look.
Yep. Yep. Olivia holds out a small wooden box. There are two rusted metal latches that have long since aged past their use. I can't see it quite well in the dim lighting, but I think if I were to hold it up in the sunlight, I'd see a thin layer of glitter glue coating the whole thing. It's also been painted carefully, with very thoughtful attention to tones. What could even be inside? Honestly, no guesses come to mind. It could be anything.
What are you waiting for? Open it.
I carefully open the lid. Aww! It's a little treasure trove. Inside is Olivia's chest. I mean, the box filled with various baubles and trinkets. What is all this?
It's like my own little hoard. I've been saving up lots of little things through the years. Nobody else has ever seen it.
She holds out the box for me to take. It's heavier than it looks. This must be some high-quality material. With the box in hand, I sit on the end of the bed. Olivia manages to crawl her way up to sit beside me. She reaches inside to grab... okay, so we're choosing. Neat-looking lighter here.
Oh, this used to be Uncle Randy's.
Does the engraving mean anything? She shakes her head with a soft smile.
Not really. He said it's harder to steal and hide stuff that looks unique. Really, I think he thought it looked cool and not tacky.
Well, I think it looks cool.
You would.
Seed? What are these?
Just a couple of cool rocks I found around.
Oh, that was a rock. Okay, it looked like a seed, so...
I liked how they looked, so I kept them.
I grab one of the rocks to give it a closer look. It's gray with thin brown lines all around it and smooth to the touch. Be a perfect skipping stone.
That one's my favorite. Tastes like salt.
Okay, yep, sure. I mean, yeah, who among us hasn't licked rocks? Just gonna proceed. I'm just gonna click the mouse button here now. How do you know that?
I tasted it.
Okay, so that's okay. Anything we've already looked at is now transparent. Her baby teeth, I guess? What's that?
That's my first tooth.
Wow, never seen baby dino teeth up close before. So tiny and sharp. What's that one?
That's my 58th tooth.
Your teeth grow back? Yours don't? I mean, Inko, really, what do you, do you not know how teeth work? I mean, what? Okay.
Humans.
I mean, okay. Ooh, rubber ball. I love rubber balls.
Ah, I love this little guy.
What's that?
Let me show you.
Olivia rummages through the box and plucks out a tiny hexagon piece. Oh, it's a die. Okay. She then places the plastic... Oh, okay, never mind. Yeah, sorry, I'm jumping ahead here. She then places the plastic ball onto it, and right before my eyes, it transforms into this little robotic-looking dinosaur. Ooh.
This is Gabacon. Dinoid, to be exact. I was hooked on the show when I was younger, and always asking to get the toys for my birthday and Christmas. Vinny's got the rest of my old collection. This one was always my favorite, so I keep it here.
Okay, cool. These other little stones?
Oh, hey.
Whoa, some of these look really cool.
Of course they do. I picked all these out myself.
Where'd you get these?
I pick one up whenever I see one. They're a dime a dozen.
Here's her photograph. It's a picture of Olivia's chest. I mean, of Olivia at the shore.
This is from last summer. Dad had a weekend off and we all went swimming together at the beach. The sun was just setting and decided to take a picture since it was a nice view. Plus, I felt pretty.
Maybe we could go together sometime.
Maybe. Yeah.
She places the photo back in the box. And then the paintbrush. A paintbrush?
A very important paintbrush.
Olivia's lips turn upwards slowly as each bristle of the brush flicks away from her thumb. Though she averts her eyes away from mine, I can see the green of her scaly cheeks turn red.
Sorry, just got sentimental for a moment. This was the first brush I ever had. Dad gave it to me on my 5th birthday.
Her tone falters slightly.
Dad always asked me to make him little drawings. And every time I finished one and gave it to him, he'd tell me it looked amazing. He could barely draw a circle back then, but he'd still gush over them and...
And? She shakes her head.
I think he put them in some scrapbook. I don't know, but he kept them all.
Olivia looks back to me, her embarrassment turning into bashfulness.
Thanks.
Minutes go by as Olivia continues showing off her personal little hoard. All tiny objects that Olivia's chosen to keep with her this whole time, eagerly explaining the significance of every little piece of her she's got locked away in here. By the time we're done, she's resting her muzzle on my shoulder. It's been a crazy long day. I'm pretty exhausted myself.
Can you put this back on the dresser there?
Sure. I gently move her off my shoulder, much to her muffled groans of protest. Then I carefully place the box back where it was on the dresser. A small friend pokes his nose curiously through the bars of his cage. Oh, hey, little guy. Long time no see. Were you napping? The black and white mirrored replies with a series of squeaks. I like to think he's saying that he's glad to see me. Hey, Olivia. Aw. I'm pretty exhausted too. Bed's definitely off limits. That leaves either the floor or the couch outside. Or... that beanbag chair looks pretty inviting right now. I slump into it, the beads inside scrunching under my weight as I settle in. It's soft. It smells a bit like paint and Olivia's hair. Does Olivia lay on this while she works? As I start to drift off, the last thing my weary eyes take notice of is Olivia sleeping soundly on her bed. With how emotionally draining this whole day has been for us, it's nice to see her looking so peaceful. I begin to stir from my deep, cushiony slumber. It feels like there's something heavy across my stomach, stopping any ability to move. Did someone throw a weighted blanket on me? Actually, it feels like whatever is on me is vibrating. What is it? Olivia? She's... on me. My entire head grows hot as my brain tries to process the situation. As she's, her chest pressing close to mine, I can feel her rhythmic breathing against my body. It's deep, slow, and with a subtle but noticeable rumble with each exhale. If I focused hard enough, I could probably feel her heartbeat. Maybe she sleep-crawled onto the beanbag and didn't realize that I was on it? I should probably wake her up so she can get back to her bed. Anytime I try to move, her limbs cling tighter around my body like a boa constrictor. With all but Olivia's tail wrapped around me, any attempt of escaping her hold is fruitless. Olivia looks even more peaceful than she did on the bed. Maybe she does know that I'm here. Uh, I'll leave her be. Last thing I want to do is make her a cranky gator. With my free hand, I managed to grab my phone. Checking the time, the digital clock says that it's only 5 minutes past 4:30. So, 4:35. Okay. Alright. Anyway. Plenty of time to continue my nap. I nestled my head back into the beanbag and let the feeling of Olivia's rumbling lull me back to sleep. This feels nice. My morning alarm lulls me from my sleep and into the world of the living. I ended up spending the night at Olivia's place. Randy and Sophia thought my parents would actually be worried that I stayed with strangers for the night. When my folks hadn't answered their phones, Sophia was left fuming. Randy didn't look as bothered, though, and the two calmed down after I made something up about a business trip. Honestly, I'm probably right anyway. On the upside, I got to spend the night with Olivia. Last night, we even turned the living room into some kind of blanket and pillow fort. It felt childish to huddle up on the floor with Olivia and watch her play old computer games on the outdated TV, but I had more fun than I'd like to admit. But now that Fridays rolled around, it was time for school. Olivia's wheelchair was out of commission until Randy could go get a replacement, meaning she'd have to miss out today. Given the state of both her emotions and wheelchair, it pained me to have to go without her and leave her all alone. Honestly, I don't want to be alone in my cold and empty house either. Miss Sophia's one hell of a cook. Last night, she made a delicious meatloaf. Guess I know now who Olivia got her culinary skills from. I rise from the couch, pulling the spare blanket off of me. The pains let me sleep on the couch, but at some point, Olivia must have dragged herself from her room to join me. As I try my best to get up without waking her, I pull out my phone to check the time. It's about the same time I normally wake up. I'm kind of impressed with my own internal clock. You awake, son? Oh, jeez. I jump as Randy makes his presence known behind me. Good grief, it's a little strange also as well seeing Inko without his glasses and his eyes pop up like that, really, so. Because, usually we have the glasses down here, but. Alright, cool. I don't know. It's, okay. Anyway. I don't know what to say. I'm going on. His hands idly button up a floral shirt as he motions ahead towards the unconscious Gator lying on the couch. Guessing he has the early shift. She wasn't there when I went to sleep. Don't worry, not accusing you. Damien's already up, and the kitchen's got cereal. Don't be late for school. I nod in response, taking a few moments to put my jacket and glasses on before heading to the kitchen. If I didn't remember where it was, it wouldn't be hard to find. Damien's busy slurping honeyed oats like a jet engine. Oh, Inko, you hungry? Before I even reply, the Dilophosaurus jumps out of his chair and makes for a nearby cabinet, procuring another bowl and spoon which he slides across the table. Thanks. Most important the meal of the day, man! Eat up! He gestures to the half-gallon of milk and box of cereal on the table. I take a seat across from Damien and pour myself a bowl. Normally I'd skip breakfast on account of getting an upset stomach during PE. Then again, that could be my PTSD with the burritos talking. Spoon in hand, I get a scoop of cereal and begin eating. As far as cereals go, it's a little bland. If I had to guess, they probably avoid any of the colorful sugar-filled cereals to prevent Vinny from bouncing off the walls. More than he usually does, at least. I continue enjoying my bowl of cereal with less ferocious haste than Damien. It's not long before we're both done and Damien stands up without any intent on cleaning up after himself. Liz should be getting here any minute now, so we can wait outside. Sounds good. I take the time to rinse off our dishware in the sink before anything else. Damien looks a little guilty as he realizes what I'm doing. Finally, with breakfast dealt with, we get ready to head outside into the cold, harsh world. As I grab my backpack from the couch, I take one more glance at my slumbering girlfriend. Oh, that's a step forward, really, so automatically, even in his internal thoughts, calling her girlfriend. She's taken up the entirety of the couch now, the blanket we shared falling away as she spreads out into the spot I was just at. Should I give her a kiss goodbye? Or maybe fix the blanket for her? Sounds like decision time. Yep. Hmm. Now, this is the sweet thing to do, really so, but this is very fast, really so. And I have to say, really so, for my thinking of this, is that because of them getting together with the trauma at the point of trauma, really so, is that I can already see or sense that Olivia will be extremely clingy about it, seeing Inko as her main support to get over the fact of Iodakin's death, really so. And not to say that Inko can't be supportive and helping her with it, really so. It just kind of an alarm bell is, or at least a yellow flag is waving, really so, that she's becoming physically close a little too quickly, really so. But then again, this could be just her way. I certainly don't think that she hasn't had partners before, really so. Oh, but just because of like everything that's happened here is that I don't think that the kiss might be too much too soon, really so. But I would indeed tuck her in properly, really, just to make sure she's comfortable, just to also show that I care. Of course, no scores change really with that. Of course, yeah, me being sensible, really, so is not going to help us with like possibly getting the best ending, really. So I don't know. I know also tucking in the blanket really is kind of like, this like, just a friend sort of thing, really, so, or it's just a neutral response, really, so, which, come on, is that, it's like, I have a little bit of a little bit of a disagreement with the idea of just like, tucking someone in, it just like, that, that's a sweet thing to do, honestly, really. So, why would that be considered like a neutral thing, really? So, it's like, I'm pretty sure just like good friends would just like leave each other alone to just let them continue sleeping. The fact that we actually did something as considerate as that that's definitely like partner material, really there. So, that's my personal opinion, really. So, yeah. Anyways. Her brow scrunches up, and I can see the ghost bumps spreading on her arms. Kneeling down, I take the edge of the blanket and bring it back over her. As I turn away from her, something catches my wrist. It's Olivia's hand. With blurry eyes full of sleep, she looks at me, silently asking me to stay. Liz is here. His words make Olivia tighten her grip. Painfully tight. Oh, hey, I'll be back tonight, okay? She's fighting to stay awake with eyes fluttering and hand grip waning. Olivia. Promise? My hands adjust the blanket again. Promise. I think she accepts that, as she lets herself slump back onto the couch. Inko! Oh, sorry, I had to do something. Damon huddles himself and charges into the cold right to Liz's car. She flings the passenger door open just in time for him to leap in and close it again. I get one last look at Olivia before I shut the door and hurry down as well. Aw, man, the car is nice and warm. Morning, Inko. You really stayed the whole night? Liz starts down the road towards the school. Morning. Yeah, I didn't want to be alone in the snow. Is that why you smell like Damien's deodorant? His clothes are looking pretty ragged by now, too. Shut up. I'll have to get a shower and a fresh change of clothes as soon as possible. Damien and Liz keep the conversation moving, and my mind starts to wander. Man, poor Olivia. Who knows when a replacement chair is coming in? Could be anywhere from a few days to weeks. She's just going to be stuck at home that whole time, while I still need to go to school. It won't be the same. We won't get to be together in the art room after school. All alone, just talking, making fun of my bad paintings. Just us. Man, wait till Iodakin finds out we're... Oh. Well, I guess he knows by now then. Man, it really won't be the same.
Yo, Inko, you good? Seem pretty down all of a sudden.
I'll be fine. I appreciate you guys. Really. It's been the best school year of my life so far. So, thanks for being my friends.
Hey, you're cool too. What brought this on? Damien. Oh. This last school year's been pretty special. Hanging out with you guys. So much has changed in such a short amount of time. Even if things are shaky right now. It's really been worth it. I have hopes for what comes next.
Me too, Liz. Silence falls over the car as Liz takes off. Damien's hand is only occasionally swatted away from the radio knob as we all sit in companionable silence. It's nice taking a different scenic route to school.